Indian too. Fuck me. Bellacosa got out of the old Jeep and climbed an embankment of dry ferns onto the property. There were moaning whirlwind pillars and tufts of raisin-eyed, pockmarked chickens clucking around. Before even saying a word to anybody, Bellacosa was already exhausted from the encounter he was about to have. He looked around for the 7900 rig, what construction people call la mano de chango, and what the Americans call the claw, the machine used to dig up large holes in the ground. He spotted the giant yellow bastard out back, moping, wanting to hug the ground like a friendless drunk with its one mechanical claw. It was nearby a tiny green trailer where the farmer presumably lived, and about 50 feet to its left was a carpet of grain and feathers, boards nailed together like small bleachers, and a short dried trough. It was a chicken coop, apparently, but the chicken wire that kept it together was missing. Markings on the thirsty ground outlined the coop about 25 by 12 feet, and standing on the feathers and grain, waving a denim hat around, was the farmer. "You're the one about the machine," the man yelled at Bellacosa in his high sing-song campesino Spanish. "I am. You tranquilino? Here to serve you. It's just this wind in the middle of the night. It took away the roof and the fences of my chickens. Mire nomás," Tranquilino sighed. "The ground here is so dry the posts in every corner came off like toothpicks. My wife woke me. She thought the wind would take our little trailer too. I'm a heavy sleeper since I don't get much sleep, and when I woke, everything was shaking, and the chickens were making a racket like they're being attacked by coyotes, like when I was a boy. Y ay, ay, ay." Tranquilino pointed with his hat to an old black van propped on cinder blocks at the other side of the property, with chicken wire mounted where the doors ought to be, under a mesquite tree hunched like the hermit in the tarot. Installing the chicken wire was a boy no older than 7, dressed like a barefoot basketball player, with taut and rugged features brown like the sun, his small hands pinching and twisting the wire using needle-nose pliers. "I have my son Matador making a temporary coop out of my old man, where I lived as a bachelor. That pinche van gave me nothing but trouble. Maybe the chickens will have something else to say about it. We are giving it a chance with them." Tranquilino squinted his eyes as if Bellacosa refracted light, then put his denim hat back on his balding head. "So you just here for la mano de chango? Still runs well. I turn it on once a week and move it so it won't expire, just like everything else here expired. After the land expired first. You know, right before you got here, I was standing there thinking the chicken coop flying away served me right. It reminded me that it was me who let this land expire. Doesn't look like much now, but that is my fault. I let it get this way." Bellacosa looked around at the bones of the land as he listened to the farmer, and for a moment wondered if it still had running water underground. "The Jefe McMasters instructed me to let the crop die some time back. It was fine by me. To this day, he still pays me to look after his land. Mr. McMasters no longer wanted to farm and distribute naturally grown onions since his company makes them now filtering way much faster. But I could have continued maintaining the land myself without a problem. After all, I'm still living here. I could have found buyers for the onions because people always want food that is grown organically. But I didn't bother in those days, and everything died. Now the land has gone bad and nothing will grow. So after my son finishes and all these chickens are put away and you get what you came for, I'm gassing the tractor. My family and me will bring this land back to life. It's what needs to happen." Tranquilino motioned Bellacosa to follow him. Bellacosa checked the time. It hadn't been 2 hours since his last smoke, but he was on an empty stomach. He plucked out a Herzegovina flor, offered one to Tranquilino. "No gracias," Tranquilino said, pointing at a pile of bloody, pale leaves on the ground. Thick blood appeared to be slowly trickling away from its center, like organized army ants leaving their nest. Pinching the cigarette with his lips, Bellacosa took a good look. They were bright red ants, yes, the size of sunflower seeds, crawling all over a dead, twisted chicken. The ants were slowly carrying the chicken away. They are dragging the dead away like the calavares del diablo. It is because of these ants my coop flew away, you see? Listen, Tranquilino said, looking around. Can you hear all that racket? That's the company working for McMasters now, drilling for something way over beyond that field of mesquite. They are in business with the government, I think. They must be drilling for gas or petroleum for the economy. We have been getting a lot of big ants here because with the drilling, they are driving them away. Now here they are all over this property. You think there's nothing under us but a world of ants now with all the drilling. Bellacosa held the cigarette between two fingers like a pen and carefully surveyed the property.